Hey, good morning, everybody. Tom Signorello with our another helpful tips from our superstar network marketing guru, digital water walking expert, Tom Big Al Schreiter. Tom's going to teach us some really cool stuff for helping new people get going. So, Tom, take it away.
Okay, well, let's imagine that somebody woke up one day, went to work, got disgusted with their job, came home and said, I need to do something different. And their next door neighbor said, well, here, join this network marketing program. And they go like, I have no idea what you're saying. Where do I start? What do I do? Are you out of your mind? Uh, what's this all about? Is this legal? All these things come across. So the best thing we can do is make it easy for people to see where it's simple, it's logical, it's just no big deal. So when somebody gets started in our business, we want to show them the big picture, 3 steps. That's it. They say, what's the big picture? We say, number one, the first thing is what we offer is absolutely better than what people have right now. It's an addition to it, right? So it's got to be better. So what we offer is something that will make their life better, which means we don't have to sell people. We don't have to convince them. We don't have to manipulate them or persuade them with, things or over explain or pressure them or twist their arms or chase them. No, 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 no. What we have is better than what people have right now. So let's not worry about all the details. What we have is better. And you say, well, are you sure? I says, yeah. And I said, most people have common sense. They can figure out stuff. So you could look at it this way. If you ask somebody, uh, you occasionally have to get greeting cards. Uh, would you like to pay less for them or more? That's not hard for somebody to figure out. They say, well, I'm a flunked math in school, but less seems like more. I think I could probably figure that out. He said, okay, I got it. Or you say, I mean, if you sold nutrition, you ask 100 people, do you want to live longer or die quicker? Most people say, well, I guess live longer. I mean, what we have is better.
Right.
If you sold skincare, you say, do you want more wrinkles or less wrinkles? And they go, oh, well, more wrinkles will give me character. But, maybe the less wrinkles is better. So just think for a moment that we don't have to sell, manipulate, push. Whatever we have, what we're offering is better than what they have right now. So if you offered a marketing program for $12 a month with greeting cards, isn't that better than them paying like a fortune for advertising or just going to just one breakfast club? You got to pay for breakfast. You got to pay for the gas to get there and going back. And just from one breakfast club, you could have unlimited, like thousands of cars go out. So whatever you represent, you say, well, it's probably better than what they have right now. So once we have that, we say, okay, so I don't have to sell, I don't have to do special things. So how do I talk to people that what I have is better? So here's step number two. You just want to relax your listener first so they listen with an open mind. We don't want them to feel pressured or judged or uh, trapped or some, like we have some sort of a sales agenda. We just want them to say, relax. Uh, Here it is. You figure it out, what's best for you, just to get them to relax. And now, if it's somebody we know, they already know us, so it's no big deal. So if you're talking to your warm market, these people are relaxed already. But you say, I'm talking to strangers. Well, if you talk to strangers, you might have to have a little conversation with them first. Like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? Where do you live? Oh, yeah, I had an aunt that used to live in that city. Yeah, stuff we do already. So what we want to do is tell people to relax so they're not like, somebody's coming here with this super agenda. with dragon breath. That's all. So, in other words, be human, be a nice person. Here's the third thing in our big picture. We got to let them know what we have to offer. That's going to be better than what they have, right? But we let them know what we have to offer. We don't describe how it works. We don't describe the details. All we describe is the outcome. So if they have a problem, we say this will fix the outcome and then you'll be happy. That's all. You just want to let them know that we have something that will have a nice outcome. And people are going to make their judgment on the outcome, not the details. And I do a lot of examples of this. I say, Tom and I are doing a meeting. And we say to people at the meeting, at the end of the meeting, we're going to go over to the ice cream parlor and have some ice cream. Who wants to come with us? You know, half the people raise their hand and half the people say, oh, I'm lactose intolerant, antisocial. I have a babysitter at home. We got to run home. That's okay. We're okay with that, right? So now half the people said yes. Half the people said no, but we didn't cover any of the details. We didn't even say where the ice cream parlor was. We didn't even say what kind of ice cream, if they had 33 flavors or not. Uh, it was whole food or half food or natural or supernatural. Forget all the details. We just want to know, do you want the outcome? So if you're talking to people and you're selling weight loss, you probably want to let them know that, yeah, the outcome here is you're going to lose a lot of weight. Well, that sounds pretty good. So that's it. You say, well, that's not so hard. I can tell people what the outcome is, and then they can decide if they want the outcome or not. Does this fit my life right now or not? So those are the three steps. Number one, we just have to personally realize what we offer is something good. Number two, we're going to let people know about it, but before we do that, we better relax them so they don't think like we have some secret agenda. And number three, we describe what we offer, not with the details and everything, how it all works, just with what happens if you do it. And then people will make an instant, immediate decision on the outcome. You say, okay, but they need all the details. No, they make the decision before the details, so relax. You say, well, so what does that mean for me and my business? He said, well, imagine that every Thursday you had a special company webinar that explained all the details. Explained how this worked, what color it came in, and the shipping, and the background, and the history, and everything. Those are the details. Nobody cares about the details, just like they didn't care about the ice cream details. But let's say it's every Thursday night. And you say, well, how do I do this? You say, well, you talk to somebody and make sure they're relaxed, let them know that something that's good for them. If they say yes, they made a decision. They want the outcome. And now that they have the outcome, a lot of people want some details. On Thursday night, you can get online and watch a webinar with all the details. And now they have the details because for some people, details make them feel better. Why not? But that's all we do. We say what we have is better than your life right now. Just listen to the outcome with an open mind. Here's the outcome and step back. People can make decisions for their own life. You say, wow. So when I talk to strangers, they may not be relaxed. Oh, okay. So if you talk to a stranger and the stranger folds their arm and leans back and rolls their eyes, you can start off with something like this. You say, I got to relax. So just say, this may or may not work for you. So deep breath, exhale. Or you can say, this has worked great for me, but it may not work for you at all. All we want to do is relax them so they hear what it is. They say, oh, okay. We tell them the outcome. And at that moment, they will make the decision if they want to be a customer or if they want to be a business rep like we are. That's when they make the decision. And then after they make the decision, yeah, this is what I want. They probably want some details like, how do I get started? How does this all work? Well, put them on the webinar. And if they say, oh man, I would never want to save money, and I thought dying early would be better. And wrinkles, oh man, I want wrinkles so deep I can store food in them. So you say, all right, it's not for them. It's okay. Not everybody drives BMWs, not everybody drives Lexus, not everybody will want what we have to offer, but we want them to listen to see if they want the outcome with an open mind. So that's all we do. You say, okay, so I got it. First of all, I have to make sure in my mind that I know what I have is better than if they didn't have it. You say, but don't I have to know if they want it or not before I talk to them? I says, well, it's going to be kind of hard to tell. I mean, if you look at somebody, you say, if their ears are a little bit larger, does that mean they don't want it? Or what about that wrinkle on their face? No, the only way we can actually know is to say, hey, here it is. Is this something that you like or not? Do you like living longer? Think so. Do you like saving money on all your advertising and marketing? Seems good. Would you like more prospects for your business? Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Just tell them the outcome. And that's it. And they say, well, yeah, that sounds good for me. He says, well, you probably want to know the details. So I can answer some of them for you right now. Or if you like, it's a 1 hour webinar. It goes through it in micro detail, everything. Yeah. What would you like? So that's how we do our business. That's how to get started. They say, wow, I thought I had to sell people or change their mind or manipulate them. No, we don't do any of that. All we do is think about this. What we have to offer is good. They go, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And we before I tell them what we offer, make sure that they're relaxed so they don't have whole kind of prejudices and stuff. Yeah, okay. Tell them the outcome of what we offer and take the volunteers. And I say, well, what about the people who don't want to do it? That's okay. Not everybody's going to be a Democrat. Not everybody's going to be a Republican. Not everybody's going to be an independent. Not everybody will drive Volkswagens. It's okay. And people say, all right, I think I got it. This is not a hard business. All I do is take the volunteers, but they don't know if they can volunteer or not unless at least I let them know what the outcome is. So just ask yourself, what is the outcome of what I offer? Say, all right, the outcome of my diet program is you'll look so thin that all the other ladies at work are going to be jealous of you and hate you. And you say, oh, on the health program energy, you're going to have so much energy that your grandchildren will whine, Grandma, slow down, I can't keep up. Or you say, gosh, if I only spent $12 on a card program to do unlimited marketing, I spend a fortune doing all the other stuff. What am I going to do with all that money I used to spend? I don't know, buy lottery tickets or, uh, you know, something, get over it. Uh, that's it. So now people say, all right, I got it. Now I understand that the big sales presentation, it's not a sales presentation. It's just details later for people that have already made up their mind. I want to do it. Now start explaining to me how this all works. That is not where people make a decision. They make a decision right away first. And to give proof, I'll give one more example. And we've used it on this call before, but it's just so easy for people to visualize. I just ask them, is it okay if I take your children skydiving with me? And at that moment, people instantly say, oh, no, you can't take my babies, or I would help push them out of the plane. That's it. That decision happened before the details. Before I told them I'm a certified skydiver, that I'm successful 3 out of 4 times, that we're only going to skydive 1 inch, that, the weather's perfect. It's simpler than we think. It's so simple that even men can do this. So if you're brand new in this business, relax. It's not rocket science. All we have to do is say, all right, if what I represent is pretty good, I just make sure that people are relaxed when I tell them, and then I'm just going to tell them the outcome, step back, and take the volunteers. You got it. That's it. And anybody can do it. So with Tom, let me turn it back over to you.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, I owe you a giant birthday present. I'm gonna have to send you something. Um, no, I've got a relatively new consultant that really hasn't been trusting what we've been teaching her yet, and now I know I can send this video to her, and it really is great because I've been trying to teach her, but it'll come a whole lot better from you with all of your skills and decades of network marketing experience and all the books you've written. Speaking of books, people can get access to your whole library at bigalbooks.com.
Yeah, we all the Big Al books. We're thinking what we should name the URL, and we came up with bigalbooks.com. We're brilliant.
Yeah, but they can sign up for your newsletters and get tips every week, a couple of
Yeah.
tips send out. Talk
Yeah,
about
pick up
that
a
for a
free
second.
book. Yeah. So we just tell people go there and you get tips every week. And some of these tips you say I can use, and some say I can't. I like this one, I don't like that one. That's fine. You just pick what you like. This business is easy. Exhale. Just take the easy ones, the volunteers to say, yeah, this sounds pretty good. That's it.
That's it. Well, I got some good news and I got some bad news. Uh, the bad news is I've been following what you've been teaching for 2 years, and I'm not the number one recruiter in my company. I'm actually number two. That's the good news. I made it number two in the company, and now all I need to do is transfer that knowledge to that next generation of people. And I'm so grateful for you, Tom. And unless we got anything else, if people want to
Oh,
learn more, we record these. We do them about every month. I put them on my website over on my YouTube, tomsignorello.com. Go there and you can hear all kinds of things from Tom and lots of great network marketing tips. So, with that being said, thanks very much. Have a great 2026, everybody.